Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches. It is Sunday, February 10th. I think it's a Sunday. Anyway, there's absolutely no good way to film in this shack. I'm over this location. I was supposed to be at the location I was at last night, which was at the very end of my last video, and literally I was walking out the door to leave for work, and she texts me and changes my location. And the problem with that is this location is further away than the last location, so I would have had to have left before that in order to get here on time. So I told her I'm going to be late. Then they increased the speed bumps on the road, and so I bottomed out my car 3 times. Not too happy with the work situation today. Plus, it's a busy location. It's the one that has 2 rigs, and the lighting just, you see this? I see this bright light that's going right here, and that's because of that bright light back there, but I can't seem to get rid of it without like cutting off half my head. So it is what it is. I'm sorry. I tried turning another way. The windows are not working with me tonight. Somebody actually asked me if this was snow, but it's not. It's dirt with light reflecting off of it. So we're going to get started tonight. I did wait and for the bingo numbers to come up before I decided to record. These are today's bingo numbers. From the PM, I got 2. 321 on my heart ornament. 937 on Owl Dad, and 815 from this morning on Flag of Stars. Flag of Stars is getting a lot of attention. In fact, that may be the last. Let me see here. I know I'm shaking the camera. I'm sorry. That may be the last color on Flag of Stars. No, I've got one more. I've got one more color on Flag of Stars. So I haven't checked my cards to see if it gave me a bingo yet, but because I am getting close on a few of my cards. But anyway, we're going to get there. So first, Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. Remember, I have all those parked threads, so it's going to take a good majority of my night. Then I'm going to work on each of those for 50 stitches because I'm not behind anymore. And then I didn't get much work on Look of the Irish last night because my relief got there really early, which was nice because I got to go home and go to bed earlier. But it means I did not get much stitching done. Look, I was even like halfway through a stitch. You see my needle? When he pulled up and I was like, oh crap, throw it in the bag, throw it in the bag. So here's where I got to last night. I'm working. Pause, please. Okay, sorry about that. Had to truck. So before I started recording, I lowered the blinds to try and get rid of this spot that I can't seem to get rid of. There. So anyway, and apparently when I did, I knocked that glass cleaner off, and it busted open. And I didn't realize when I was sitting here recording, and then I went out, and I signed in the truck, and I came back in, I'm like, what is that smell? It's so strong in here right now. So the floor's cleanish. Anyway, as I was saying, so the way this pattern works is like you have a line of color in the middle, and the next darker shade goes around it, and then around it to kind of make the hat. So I'm working on like the 3rd color around. Anyway, not that you care, but that's where I'm at. Again, that is my end of the night project. I really like how that's going to work out, I think. I'm excited about it. It is Sunday night. So, at some point tonight, we will have new homework assignments. We will have, I think we're going to District 3 now. Yes. Well, that may be tomorrow night, because I think it actually starts on Tuesdays. But this week we go to District 3. I don't remember. She's making me want to rewatch The Hunger Games because, like, I was dreaming about Katniss last night. Because of these districts. So I don't remember what number 3 is. Your guess is as good as mine. I could go and look it up, but we'll just see what happens. I need to rewatch The Hunger Games. Here's my problem with that. I have so many Netflix and Hulu shows right now, and even those are only getting half my night because my first half goes completely to Flosstube. And I will have to say, I got my watch later list from like 200 and something down to like 40 right now. So ideally, except I add more every day, but at this moment, I'm watching more than I'm adding. So eventually I may be able to, get through my watch later list in a day. We'll see. Of course, then I'll probably lose my Flosstube bug for a little while, and I won't watch it. I'll just watch Netflix and Hulu, and then we'll be right back at square one. Anyway, I digress. I'm chatty about nothing and everything today. Oh, that smell. Luckily, it did not get on any of my cross-stitch stuff, because when I first realized what had happened, I was like, oh no, because I have my entire basket. Look, I'm going to lift y'all up for a second, so there's going to be some movement. Which way do we need to go? There. I have my entire basket of cross-stitch stuff sitting right there. So when I knocked it off, it had to have like bounced out of there onto the floor. Anyway, it'll absorb eventually. Alright, I'm going to go get started stitching, and I will check back in with y'all here in a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I'm managing today with only 2 check-ins. So, partly because I've been on virtual stitchers all night, and it was popping tonight. Like, we had people we hadn't seen in a few months. We had some newbies. I was on until after 3 in the morning. It was awesome. I'm just saying. So, it doesn't happen very often that it gets all like that. But when it does, it's awesome. Okay. So, first, worked on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. Need a blocker thingy. So, did all the parked threads in this block. It filled up most of the block, so I won't have very much to do tonight. I think tonight I should be able to get back to where I fill that in and then do these parked threads. We'll see how it goes. It really depends on my bingo. Speaking of bingo, so I showed you this, where I had 3, and these were the projects, right? All wrong. So here's what happened. When I made my bingo cards, I forgot to leave myself a free space. And so Lucy got back to me and she's like, you need to take one you need to adjust this, right? So I said, just take the one that would be in that center spot out. No problem. But I didn't adjust my own spreadsheet for that. So one of the numbers that was removed was 815. So I didn't have to work on Flag of Stars. Did not realize this till I'd already pulled out Flag of Stars and threaded the needle and started to stitch. And then I went back to put in my starting post and stuff and went, okay, don't have to work on that one. Then, so the next one I pull out is Heart, right? Which is an ornament that I have. And now on the chart, the black heart, or that symbol, is 321. Like, right here. But apparently when I kitted it, I used 498. I changed the color. But, so when I looked at the chart to make the list, I should have looked at my actual flosses, anyways. So Heart was out. But that's okay. Because, Summer Sparkler Party, which I put up, does have 321. So I pulled it out. And I put it back up, so that's why I gotta pull it out again. So funny. So I got my 50 stitches of 321, which is the glasses and this that thing. It's like 56 stitches or something like that. 58 stitches. So I got that put in. Where does this go? Right there. Okay. So that was that. Then the color that was on Aldad was correct. Completely correct. So it was this leaf over here. Where's my paper? So yeah, this leaf over here and starting the middle. See how this one has? Yeah, like that, but over here. So I got those 50 stitches put in. No big deal. We're good. I'm so close to a bingo that I actually thought I got a bingo tonight, but I'm one number away. So that is where that is at. Now I gotta put this up. So then, okay, what do I work on next? And so I had to rebuild my Year of Whips wheel because, you know, new phone. And as it's spinning, I'm trying to think, okay, I have 3 more extra credit for February. I had already finished homework. No big deal because it was due tonight. I didn't have anything in, well, once I got caught up with the bingo, I didn't have anything in semi-sane stitchers. So literally it was just the extra credit or work on one of my projects for the yearly. Or work on a Year of Whip that didn't count towards anything. So I spun. I didn't really care much for the spinning that was going on. So I looked at just my Year of Whips list and I was like, okay, you know, this one will work for the February extra credit, 500 stitches on something that's sluggish. Because when I first started stitching on this project, the linen and I did not get along. And so I was getting very frustrated. I thought I was going to throw it away, but I loved it so much that I persevered. And even now when I stitch it, it moves kind of slow. Like it took me from 10:30, 11-ish until about 15 minutes ago, which it's 5 o'clock now, to get 500 stitches. It does move slow. So, but I got my 500 stitches, and this is also a Year of Whips piece that got worked on now. And it's also one of my yearly ones, but I can't count any of these stitches towards the yearly because I was doing them for extra credit. So I worked down here. Let's see. Yeah. So really these leaves, all of this, I got quite a bit done. I will insert a picture here of what it looked like before since I didn't pull it out. And this is what it looks like now. So, good progress. I'm very, very excited with that. So now I'm going to pack up as quickly as possible and try and work on Luck of the Irish for a few minutes. That may not be possible because my relief that is coming today is typically an early bird. But she's supposed to go to the meeting, so if that's the case, I'll be here till 6 and I'll have plenty. I'll be able to stitch a little bit. So anyways, I'm going to get cleaned up. I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you, but maybe I'll remember it later. I'm back at work tonight. We will work on Phantom of the Masquerade, see what kind of bingo numbers we've got. Maybe knock out my last extra credit. We did get homework this morning, so I got to figure those out. So yeah, so excited. See y'all this evening. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It is Monday, February 11th, which it was this morning when I checked in with y'all, but I'm not sure if I said it. Plus, to me, when I get to work, feels like a brand new day. I know after midnight it is, so the first half of the video is technically from the next day. But for me, until I go home, sleep, and come back, it doesn't feel like a new day. So when I introduce myself in the evenings, that's when I feel like it needs to be an introduction. Anyways, I got a little Stitchy mail today. I have a feeling I have more, but I got to the post office after 4 o'clock, and there's something I need to I have to go to the office to get, and they close at 4. So there may be more tomorrow. Who knows? I'll get there before 4. because I know. They put a little yellow card in my box and told me to come get my stuff. Okay, so this is from Crazy Annie's. This is my floss of the month. I have 2 that I do. I do the all colors 5 skeins and the bright 3 skeins. I'm wondering if I should be concerned that I got the threads, but I still haven't gotten my fabric from last month. May need to check on that. She's pretty good about updating the website, so like to let us know, but I need to check and see if there's an update up there. Okay, and this one is tomato. It looks pink with a bit of peach in it. Maybe if I... Oh, my eye itches. Okay. Let's see. That's a little better. You can see a little bit of that. Looks a little more orange there than it does here, but anyway. This is Emerald City. Looks like some greens. Different light minty greens. And pickle. Darn, too bad I didn't have that when I was doing my cactus. That kind of looked like a pickle. Okay, so those are the brights. And then this is the all colors. So this, I believe, can be a mix of brights, primitives, and anything else. So, I'm telling you, I don't see anybody for hours. I get on this thing. And I really like this one. This one's kind of a mauve-y, with a little more pink and, yeah, antique rose. This is aged pumpkin. It is not showing up right on there. That's a little closer, I guess. It's looking more brown on my screen, but here it's like a I don't know how to describe color. I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination. This one is Mermaid Shimmer. When I watched Pam and Steph last night and they showed this one, I was like, I really hope that one's in my pack. Because it's got the blues and the light purples and its gorgeousness. This is Winter Sea. It's like a dark navy and a little bit lighter blue-gray. And then this one is Dark Truffle. This one looks absolutely yummy. Now, it's not, oh, there it goes. A little bit. It's a dark brown, kind of close to like 3371, but with more of like a purple tone to it. Kind of maybe in between, like a mix of 3371 and, was it 154, I think? I don't know. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So those are my flosses for February from Color and Cotton. They're Crazy Annie's. So there's that. Okay, so I spun my bingo numbers, and there's 5 of them. Now, 2 of them are the same color, so I don't necessarily have to pull out both whips. We'll see how it goes. Since Fairy Tale Lands is here and here, it may be the one I do for all of them. Unless maybe I can only find 50 and then I'll pull out Winter Blister. But I know I have 50 on each one of those projects if I need it. We also got Guardians of Notre Dame. And once again, World Postage Stamp. So, get to pull out that one again. So, District 2 of the Stitcher Games just finished, like 10 minutes ago, and we're starting District 3, and for District 3, week 1, it's 1,000 stitches of your favorite whip, and 440 of your most challenging. So I haven't picked out which ones those are going to be yet, but let's just say it's not as vital as you would think, because I won District 2, so I'm already going to the Stitcher Games at the end of the year. I have no clue what that means. But I did win Volunteers Tribute. I don't know how that worked, but so basically we do a different district every 3 weeks. District 2, and each week of those 3 weeks are different challenges. So I didn't get to play for District 1 at all because I spent 2 weeks in London. So, it was kind of hard to compete. So I just didn't even try for District 1 at all. I started with District 2. Because if you do not participate the first week, you don't have a chance of winning. Therefore, I mean, you could still participate, but you're not officially in until, and then you would start with the next district. So, each week we have a challenge, like this one, the 1,000 and the 440, and then for District 2, then the second week was something more specific to the district. Last month's was masonry and stone mining, and week 2 had, build a fire, so you need red and all this stuff. This District 3 is technology, so it should be interesting. You have, I don't know when I'm posting this, so you have until Tuesday, February 19th, to join and do the events to make it for District 3. And then if you finish all your week 1 events, then you go to week 2 and week 3. If you complete all 3 weeks challenges, then you go into a drawing to become a representative for that district. I really, really want to rewatch Hunger Games now. And then, so in District 2, 5 people, completed all tasks to be entered for the Stitcher Games. And 2 were drawn. It was myself and Randy. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her last name, so I just don't want to butcher it. I'm not going to try. Her name's Randy. You want to know her actual name, you can just join the Stitcher Games and read the post. So, that's very exciting to me. And it's so funny because I have no idea what the Stitcher Games are going to be like, other than there will be 2 representatives from 13 districts. It will take place after we've gotten through all 13 districts. And that is it. And it is exciting. And, I was telling my husband about the Stitcher Games, and I told him, I got 5 bingo numbers drawn today, and we just got our homework for School of Magical Stitches last night, and he goes, "You are doing way too much." And I was like, yeah, I am. And he's like, "But you're enjoying yourself. So as long as you're not stressed and it's not making you upset, I'm all good with it." I said, if I ever get to that point, they're all just games. They're not worth the stress. I will just drop out of them. First and foremost would probably be bingo, because, after a certain point, people start calling bingos, and your chance of getting any goes down, and I don't worry about it so much. Plus, I just do it for the fun of it. I don't necessarily do it to get entries into the drawing at the end of the year. Also, the Stitcher Games, because now that I'm a representative of 2, I don't think I could become a representative for any other district. That would make no sense. So, I'm still participating, but if I don't make one of them, it's no big deal, because I don't have a possibility of getting picked anymore. So, I'm all good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying my stitching. There are just not enough hours in the day. So, okay, I think that's it. Gotta pull out Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, Guardians of Notre Dame, Fairy Tale Lands 1, World Postage Stamp, possibly Winter Blister. Then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna work on for the night, which is probably gonna be either fulfill my homework or a challenge. But hopefully be from the Year of Whips, because I'm trying to touch on all of those. And then, of course, at the end of the night, I pack up and work on Luck of the Irish. So, stay tuned. Instead of checking in after each thing, unless I need to put it up, I will probably just check in at the end, and I will show you before pictures here and after project here, and we'll be gravy and good to go, y'all. All right. So I will see y'all here in a little bit. Okay, so that lasted a long time. I'm going to do a quick check-in. I'm not done for the night, but I have too much going on. So I need to get it put up before I figure out what's next. So do y'all remember yesterday when I said that I had to adjust some of my cards and remove a number from each one of them? So apparently one of the numbers from today is another one of those numbers. So I went through, I found the message where Lucy took the numbers out, and I edited my spreadsheet, so I will no longer have this confusion. But this 801 from that was on Fairy Tale Lands 1, I didn't have to do that. So since I didn't pull out Fairy Tale Lands 1 for that, I decided to just go ahead and do Winter Blister for 434, because I wouldn't have to move something from a Q-Snap before talking to y'all, and because I would just do this one in hand. So, and of course it was on 2 cards, so I had to do 100 stitches. This is actually almost 120 stitches because I would wait until I ended a thread to count, and then I was like, oh, that's 60 stitches. So, there we are. That is Winter Blister. It's going back in my, whatchamacallit. Okay, so that and this go here. Okay, so then let's go ahead and show you Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, which I worked on. I work on every night, so y'all know already. It's, look at that. I finished this block and then did the parked thread. Hold on. Yeah. I finished this block right here and then did the parked threads on this one, which I think completed like half the block. That's why you can see that entire line, but the block's not finished. I still have this corner piece to do. Can you see that? Okay. So that's where it's at. Looking good. And I'll put this one up too. So, let's see what the other 2 were. Tonight has taken me forever to get anywhere. Partly because I did a lot of parked threads on here, which means that took longer than it typically should have. But I was having iPad troubles. My iPad did not want to charge. Plus work, plus other distractions. So I just didn't, it's taken me longer to get to the point where I'm done with, you know, like bingo and stuff, to be able to do other stuff than what I'm used to. Okay, because it's already 1:30. And the lighting in here, horrible. So, I thought maybe if I close this light, I mean, I'm not as shadowed, so I guess that's good, but the lighting is just not great. And I can't close those because the little thing's broken off, and it's, normally, you know, you can run your hand up it, and they'll move, and you don't have to spin the thingy, but that thing is disgusting, so I am not running my hand across it. Okay. So I had to do 747 on this one, which is this light blue sky, all across the back there. 50 stitches. It was like 54 stitches. Yeah, or 57 stitches. So there's that one, and now I can take that one off the Q-Snap. Although I'm kind of wondering if I even should. Could I possibly get a number on it tomorrow night? Let's see. I could. I've still got 2 more numbers on World Postage Stamp that could get drawn. And 1 more on Winter Blister. So, and then a few on this one, I believe. Yeah, several on this one. So the next for 208, I pulled out Guardians. And 208 is this dark purple that I added into that Guardian. So, I really need to get to work on that one and get it finished. But Eh, eh. I have other things that I'm like, about. When this was active, it was different. It just was. Okay, so my next options are, I think I need one more extra credit. Oh, I need homework for this week. So, okay. What is my homework? Let's see. Okay, something with a cat, something with a ghost, and something that has been modified. So, and I also need something with words for extra credit. So, I've got it at our house pulled out, because it is something with words. It's also something that's been modified because I changed all the colors in it. One, because it calls for fancy floss and I'm using DMC, so that's already a modification, and then I adjusted them to be what I wanted. So I think I'll work on, because I really modified mine. So the one for me, for the modification for the homework. The other side, which is for someone else, for the words. That's 700 stitches right there. That's not getting done tonight. So I'll get started on it, and that'll last me until tomorrow night. For something with a cat, I'm going to stitch on Katie Kitty, which is one of my Advent animals. I don't know if I have anything with a ghost. I'm going to have to look through my whips a little bit more. I don't think so. But I still want the points for it, so I'm going to do penalty stitches, so 400 on whatever I pick. I also need to do 440 on something that's challenging, which so if I pick that and the ghost, that's two different groups. I can do 440 and get both of those knocked out. But that's for tomorrow. So I'm going to work on at our house for the rest of this evening. I will check in again before I leave. And then, did I show you what I got on Look Up the Irish yesterday? I don't think I did. And of course, this I'll work on after I put everything up. So here's where I got to fill it. It goes like that. So I'm still working on the top of the hat. I have a few more rows, and then the brim and the words. So there we are. All right, I'm going to get to work, and I will check back in with y'all in just a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Okay, quick check-in before I get all packed up and ready to go. Here's where I'm at on Katie Kitty. There's 212 stitches in there now. That will complete my homework for magical stitches, or at least this assignment. But I still have roughly, because I chose this as my most challenging whip, right? And so I still have roughly about 220 stitches to go on it. I don't think there's 220 stitches left. But luckily, semi-sing stitchers I can change mid. So I'll do as much as I possibly can, which I've still got some stitches in the one, a few stitches in the face, and then all the back stitching. Which, you know, back stitching, it can add up pretty fast. Even though you have to cut it in half. So 2 back stitches count as 1 whole stitch. It can still add up pretty fast. So there's a chance I could get the rest of them. If not, then I will finish her and then maybe work on one of the other, maybe like Sheila Sheep or something, to get the last of those stitches in. Because, one, if I complete a most challenging whip, I get to pick a new most challenging whip. And I really feel like my Advent animals are those. But with choosing them as my most challenging whip, I'm actually getting them done. I got one done last month, or no, it was the beginning of this month, and I'm about to finish the second one, and that will only leave me with 9 left to do. And Sheila Sheep is very close to done. Now, all the others have barely been started, so at that point, it is going to take me a little longer than what it's been taking me, but, you know, we'll get there. So, I believe that's it for me today. Oh, did I check in with this one? I can't remember. Let's just talk about it. So here's where I got on at our house. This is, I completed, the 200 stitches for, what is it? It was my homework. It was, something that I modified because I changed all the colors, all the floss colors in this one. So tonight when I get back, after I work on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, I'll flip to this side and I will do 500 stitches for a project with words. So, and I'm getting really close to a finish on this one, which is exciting. Since it's for someone else, and it would be really nice to get to send it to them. So, that is it. I believe I'm going to get packed up and then work on Luck of the Irish for the rest of the night. Because I'm Chatty Cathy, I am almost at 40 minutes already. So I'll go ahead and squeeze tonight in when I get back from work, or since it's my last night of work, and then probably upload this one and then start the next one, right? The thing about being chatty is you get them more often because I'm trying to keep them around 45 minutes. So I will catch y'all tonight. Evening, everybody. Welcome back. It is Friday. I wish it was Friday. It was supposed to be my Friday. I was supposed to be off tomorrow, but at the last minute today. Well, not last minute. Last minute would be tomorrow. My boss messages me and she's like, have you checked your schedule? Do you know that you're working today and tomorrow? I said, no. Last time I checked my schedule, which was after it was released. Not only that, okay, our schedule got released really early last week, like Thursday. It never gets released that early. We normally get our schedules on Saturday. So on Sunday, she messages me, I had to change your schedule because we've got this CPR class going on. We need to cover some shifts. No problem. Check the schedule. I'm working the same days. I'm just working at a different location. All good. So she messages me today. Did you look at your schedule and see that you're working today and tomorrow? I said, no. Last time you changed my schedule, and remember, this is Tuesday, so we're already midway through a schedule. And I said, no, last time I checked, you had changed my location, but my days off were the same. Oh, well, I went in really late last night and added it and forgot to text you. So typically, when you want me to work on my day off, you call me and say, hey, can you work today? But this time she just schedules me and tells me I'm going to work that day. So every fiber of my being wanted to be like, no, I'm not working tomorrow. I wasn't scheduled to work tomorrow. I've made plans. Which I haven't. No, I'm not going to do it. But I do want the extra day because my days have been cut back lately. And if I can get that overtime on my paycheck, I'm going to get it. So I had to be the grown-up and say, yes, ma'am, I do not mind working tomorrow. Because she did ask at that point. She was like, if you can't do it. I was like, no, it's fine. I just would rather not have a mid-schedule change without asking me first. Because I almost had plans for tomorrow, but the doctor's office didn't have any openings tomorrow, so I go on Thursday. So now I'll get off Thursday morning, get a couple hours of sleep, and then have to do all the things that I planned for Thursday, thinking that, you know, I was going to be off the night before. Again, it's all cool, but I had a slight moment where I wanted to be the petty, childish brat that so many other people at my company are. But I didn't. I did the adult thing and I just said, yes, ma'am. Okay, moving on. You don't care about my work drama. So I'm a little later tonight than I have been partly because I've been being lazy, but also because they just did the evening bingo spin and I didn't want to come and talk to you about morning bingo spin and then have to come back for evening. So, I had been writing them on slips of paper. I'm not keeping them in my journal, but I realized that I have not been using the weekly at all. Like, literally, this is the first thing I put in for my month, which is my tracker, and the next pages were empty. This weekly spread, it's just not working for me. It's too small. It limits what I can write, and I don't really use it. And then I was noticing I was making notes and stuff elsewhere. I'm like, why don't I just write those? Whatever. So here I am. February 10th through the 16th, which is this week. I wrote my schedule just in case there's a problem with my check at some point. I mean, I write the hours back here, but I don't usually write which location I'm at because my location got changed. I wanted to make sure I make note of it this week because, you know, if for whatever reason they don't pay me for these days because they didn't know CYA. Cover your you know what. Okay. So then I wrote my Magical Stitches homework. I have already completed the 200 Stitches on a Cat project and the 200 Stitches on a Modified project. Again, I haven't even looked to see if I have a Ghost project. I might have talked stitching May into starting a new project for that. For her. Hers actually has a ghost and a cat, and it's a small, man. Small's no biggie. So, I don't know. I still have to figure that out. Otherwise, I'll do 400, but I'm still going to get that third homework in. You only have to have 2. I mean, again, you don't have to do any of it. But homework was asking for 2 of the 3 things, but are giving bonus points if you do all 3. My Stitcher games, I haven't finished either of those yet, but they're on there. And then, okay, so morning bingo, no numbers. Evening bingo wasn't looking so pretty until the very last number. That's Forever and Ever. My Country Garden Samplings Songbird collection. I'll be glad to pull that one out again because I really like it. In fact, part of me wants to put my 1,000 Stitches in it as my favorite project because it is easily. But then again, there's other things on my Year of Whips that I have not worked on yet that I may need to get to first. So, also, okay, so here's where I got on Luck of the Irish this morning. I can never remember which way this goes. This way. So it's starting to look a little funky here because we're about to put in some clovers. I'm almost done with the top part of this hat. And then we have a band and then the bottom part of the hat and the words. Awesome blossom. Okay. My next one. Oh, these are holdovers from last night, remember. I'm just going to recap real quick. As many stitches as I can possibly work into. I'm going to finish Katie Kitty tonight. Hopefully that will get me my 440 stitches on most challenging project. It may not, in which case I'll go to a different Advent animal. Also, I worked on this one last night. Gonna swap it out and work on this one tonight. Put 500 stitches in it for my February extra credit project with words. Then all I will have left on my extra credit is watching Chamber of Secrets. I still haven't started listening to it. That is something I need to start like tomorrow night. I need to get working on that. And since I'm working tomorrow night, I'm almost caught up on my Flosstubes. I say that. You're never really caught up because there's plenty of people out there I haven't watched. I'm just almost caught up on my watch later list. And I've been watching so much Flosstube lately. I'm feeling like I'm going to need a break soon. I do this with everything. So, like, my Netflix, I've still been kind of watching, like, after midnight. But I haven't listened to any music, really. Oh my goodness. Girl Scouts. Yeah, so Flosstube may take a break for a little while and audiobooks may go in its place. I wouldn't mind doing the reading extra credit this month. We'll see. Books can sometimes take a long time to get through. Anyways, I've jabbered enough. I'm going to go stitch in. Oh, as always, I'll work on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade first. And I will check in with y'all at some point during the night. See you shortly. Yep, here I am doing an update partially through the night. Okay. I feel like it's kind of easier since I'm doing the vlog style to show you while it's still on the Q-snap instead of like taking off the Q-snap, folding it, putting it to the side, leaving it where it could get dirty, knocked over, spilt on while I wait to be able to show you. Or having to put it up, pull it out, put it up. Anyway. So I'm fixing to change this Q-snap back to the at our house like I explained to you earlier. So I wanted to show you my progress on Forever and Ever. I've decided this is not going to be my favorite whip for this month. Because I want to, it's already been worked on twice this month, and so there's other pieces that need some love. So there was a few stitches right here that were the color I needed for bingo, and then the rest of them were over here. So I had to do a little bit extra stitching to get me over there, and then that's the green. This green was the bingo. So I will take a picture of that before I take it off the Q-snap. See? I'm still trying to figure out how my new phone works. I don't know. Okay. One of these days I will figure it out. And picture. Okay, now I can upload that, take this off the Q-snap. Here is where I got to on Mini Phantom of the Masquerade, since I'm checking in with y'all. One second. So, I almost, okay, so, where am I at? I'm guessing the Park Threads must have almost completely finished this square. There's only like 3 spots open. So I finished this square here and almost finished the square here tonight. It was like 150 something stitches. So quite a bit. Quite a bit. And then this, and so I'm going to work on At Our House and Katie Kitty. Probably Katie Kitty first, if we're being honest, because I have to put 500 into At Our House. I don't know. I'm going to keep stitching. I think I have 4 videos left in my watch later queue. But I think some of my people I'm subscribed to have posted new videos since I started, so I'll add those. And I've got another hour until I turn it off and turn on my Netflix, so we'll see. Alright, I'll check in with y'all later. Good morning, everybody. Okay, it's time to tidy up. Time to get ready to go home. Get ready to do this all over again tomorrow. I really enjoyed the thought of having 4 days off, but I really enjoyed the paycheck. Why not? Okay, so I put something up without showing you. See, this is why I can't do that. I just can't do it. Okay, so I told y'all that I was working on Katie Kitty for District 3 Week 1 Most Challenging Project in the Stitcher Games. And I finished Katie Kitty because there was not enough stitches left, which we all expected. So there she is, all done. She is also my 3rd finish for February. Woohoo! So there she is. And so I needed, I think, about 132 more stitches or something like that. So I worked on Sheila Sheep. Didn't get her finished, but got a lot more progress on her. It shouldn't take too long to finish her chair, whatever she's stitching on in the ball of yarn over here. So it's cool. Whenever she gets drawn again, she'll be ready to be done. So that was my 440 stitches for the Stitcher Games. So my next project was to do the February extra credit, It's my second to last one. The last one will just be to watch the movie. This one was a project with words on it, so I chose Lizzie Kate's At Our House. I'm not done with this yet. I'm at 362 out of 500. So I'll be pulling it out again tonight. But I was getting so paranoid about, do I have enough fabric? Because what happened, for some reason, I don't know what I did. But do you see how much room is up here? Guess what that means? That means my extra inch of fabric is on the wrong side. And so I stitched all the way to the bottom to see, well, not all the way, but close to all the way to the bottom to make sure it's going to fit. It will fit. I'm going to have to put fabric around the edge to, in order to frame it. But, look at that. Seriously, y'all? I've got like 2 more stitches underneath here I still have to put on there. Seriously, Sam, get your crap together. Okay. So, this is my problem sometimes with mania starts, is that I get in such a hurry to start them that I don't pay enough attention. And because I don't typically start in the center of a project, sometimes I do this to myself. But lucky for me, that will not hold me back. I will be just fine. So, I know where the bottom is now. And I've gone back up to the middle and started working on it. So, I mean, this is where the page cuts off to make the second page. So, I'm officially more than halfway done. It's a little off. But if you can't tell, then what does it matter? And if you can't tell, I don't care. It still looks nice. It's not like it messes up the way it looks. So that's staying on the Q snap, so I can work on it tonight. I chose my 1,000 stitches on a favorite whip from what I had. Ouch. From what I had left on my year of whips. So, it's actually a pretty limited list because with Bingo, I'm touching all of them pretty quickly. Even if it's just 50 stitches, it's something. So, I'm going to pull back out Pretty Little London. I have not worked on this since getting back from London. So, I'm going to work on this tonight too. Of course, after Mini Phantom and Musket. I say that every day. Y'all know. And still, I feel the need to say it. Okay, so I am packing all this up. Going to pull out Luck of the Irish and work on it until my relief gets back from the safety meeting at 6 o'clock. I am uploading this today. So actually, you will see all of that on next week's video. I want to thank everybody for coming back every time to listen to me jabber about my stitching and my life and whatever else comes out. If you're new here, thank you for subscribing. I'm super excited with the amount of subscribers I have. And I hope y'all all have a great stitching few days, because I did not even make it a week. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.